I'm Miss Tiffany Ma and whatnot.
Yeah. I have lipstick on my teeth?
No.
Okay. Ready?
Alright. Do I have to do anything? Okay.
I'm like, no, you don't. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a very special friend of mine here on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm also here on YouTube as Miss Tiffany Ma.
But we're actually filming a really cute Valentine's Day DIY video for you guys. So you can check out Tiffany's video. I will link it down below or on her face somewhere here to see what she created. What did you make?
So I made some DIY gifts for your friends and your boyfriend and your mother and your dad and everybody in your life. It's like asexual, and that's what I said in my video. As in, like, there is no gender to it.
It's
like,
sexual.
It's like, it's all like DIY gifts you can make for your Valentine's person, whoever that may be, like your dog.
Yes,
yeah.
Mine's gonna be my dog.
Or my blanket.
Yeah.
That's really
Or my pizza, whatever.
Oh, that's perfect.
I know. And I'm gonna show you guys how to make some Valentine's Day room decor, just cute little things you can hang up or put up on your nightstand or anything, or you can give them as gifts if you want to. But let's get into the video. So I've actually got a couple of different Valentine's Day inspired DIYs for you guys today, but for the first one you will need some yarn in your choice of colors, some scissors, and a floral ring. I got all my materials from Michael's for pretty inexpensive, but you can even cut out a ring from cardboard if you want. And then you're just going to be using your hand for measuring, depending on the size of pom-pom you want. And I'm going to be using the width of 4 of my tiny fingers, and I'm just going to wind up the yarn around my hand. I'm just going to keep doing this a bunch of times, and I don't know exactly how many times I wind it around. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It just depends on how fluffy you want your pom-pom, and the fluffier you want it, the more times you want to wind it around. Or you can just stop when it's about this thick and then just snip off the rest. And from here, I'm just going to loosen the yarn up a little bit from my fingers and measure out another piece of yarn about 10 to 12 inches long. And you're going to take this piece and slip it in between the center of your fingers and pull it through to the other side of your hand. And then just pull the end over the yarn around your fingers to gather the bundle together. Tie a knot towards the center of the bundle, and a trick that I learned is to loop the strand through twice, and this will prevent the knot from slipping. So just cross it over as you normally tie a knot and just make sure you loop it through twice. It is a little tricky at first to tie a knot with just one hand, but you'll get used to it. And before you pull the ends tight, just carefully remove the bundle of yarn off of your fingers and then knot it. Flip the bundle over and tie a double knot on the other side to secure it. You should end up with something that looks like a little donut with 2 strands of yarn on one end. And these are going to be important later, so be careful not to cut them off. Now I'm just going to show you guys how to make a smaller pom-pom really quick. You can just repeat the same steps as before, but I'm going to use 3 fingers to measure instead of 4, and you'll notice that this will make a slightly smaller size pom-pom. And I like the size variations on the wreath, so I have some big ones and some smaller ones put together because this creates a really cool look to it. But keep repeating this step and you'll soon have about 100 pom-poms, or enough to go around your entire wreath. Okay, so now is the fun part. You're going to start cutting apart these little loops with your scissors to start forming the pom-pom. Make sure to cut all the way around the entire donut, and then you'll have something that looks a little bit like this. And you can leave it like this if you want, it's just a little bit shaggier, but I like my pom-poms to be really dense, so you're just going to give it like a little haircut, and you can start trimming all the shaggy ends off until you're happy with the size and the shape of it. And it's really up to you how much you want to trim off, and it doesn't have to be perfect at all, it's just however you want it to look like. But just make sure you do not trim off the 2 longer strands of yarn. I kind of use it to hold on to the pom-pom while I trim the shaggy ends off, but you will need those 2 pieces to tie onto the wreath later on. And once you're finally happy with the look of your pom-pom, you're pretty much done with this one. You just have to repeat the same steps until you have enough pom-poms to go around your entire wreath. And I think I used about 100 pom-poms. But to attach it is actually really easy. You're just going to take your 2 longer strands of yarn that you left uncut and tie it in place with a double knot. and there's no particular order that I went in, but I did use 4 different colors for the pom-poms, so I'm just going to alternate them and tie them all on until the entire wreath is covered. And once I was finally done with that, I decided to add a couple of pom-pom tassels down at the bottom just to add a little bit to it. And then I just flip the wreath over and I'm just going to cut off all of the excess yarn that's kind of just like hanging around, just so it looks a little bit neater, and you can just snip those off. And that's pretty much all there is to it to create this pom-pom wreath. You can always change up the colors for different occasions, but I thought this would be really cute. So on to DIY number 2. For this one, you're going to need a bunch of fake flowers. I used about 8 bouquets of pink and white roses for Valentine's Day, and you'll also need a glue gun and 2 foam spheres. You can make it whatever size you want, and again, I got all of these things from Michael's. So first, you're going to remove the roses from the wire stems, and these you can just pull off very easily. And after that, you'll see a plastic base on the rose, which you'll need to snip off. And then you'll want to do this to all of the roses first so that it's easy to just grab them and glue them onto the sphere. This part is really easy, but working with a glue gun can be tricky, so be careful not to burn your fingers, but try to work quickly. And just put a generous amount of glue at the base of the rose and attach it right onto the foam sphere. There's not a particular way you have to do this, but I do have white and pink roses, so I'm just going to alternate them and glue them as closely together as possible. You don't want any of the sphere showing, and once they are all attached, you will end up with something like this. And if you are using a glue gun, just make sure you give it some time to cool and set. So just hold the flower in place for just a little bit until it feels like it's cooling off, and that way you know it'll stay in place. I actually ended up running out of flowers, so I couldn't make the smaller sphere, but I decided not to waste the leaves on the bouquets, so I used those, and I'm just going to remove them from the stem, and I'm taking off the little plastic pieces in the center again, and then these will lay flat. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue on them and then glue them all the way around the sphere until the entire foam ball is covered up. And when you're all done and you're satisfied with the way your spheres look, you can actually attach a matching ribbon or some twine to it with your hot glue gun, and you can hang them from wherever you want, or if you want to, you can just set them on top of any surface like I did on top of my desk. This is just another really pretty and girly kind of room decor for Valentine's Day, or like I said, you can always change up the colors and use it for another occasion. I actually think this would be a great kind of decoration for like a wedding party or bridal shower or something like that. Now on to the last DIY that I have for you guys, which is probably the easiest one of them all, and it doesn't require too much work at all. So you'll need a picture frame of your choice. The one I am using is from IKEA and it was super inexpensive. And again, you'll need some more fake flowers of your choice. I'm using peonies, which happen to be my favorite. And then you'll just need your hot glue gun again. And if you have a piece of cardstock, this will come in really handy, but if you don't, you can do what I did and just use the paper backing that came with the frame. You just need a solid background. But for now, you can just set aside the piece of glass that's in the frame because you won't need it yet. But just go ahead and choose the flower that you think looks the nicest with your frame. This is going to actually be like a 3-dimension kind of art piece, and I'm choosing to use this flower because I think it's really girly, and again for Valentine's Day I think it's perfect. So go ahead and kind of fit it to the frame, make sure it's not too big or it doesn't come out too far. I think I like it to come out just a little bit where it kind of overlaps the frame. So I'm just going to now take my glue gun and glue it into place how I like it. And you're gonna want to make sure you use a generous amount of glue because you don't want this to fall over or anything. Again, if you're using cardstock, that'll give it a lot more support, but make sure to use enough glue for this. And once you have your flower in place how you like it, you can just put your frame back together and put the piece of glass on the back of the paper or cardstock to give it a little bit more support, and you're pretty much done. And you can place your 3D art wherever you want, and I am just going to place this on top of my desk. You can definitely experiment with this one and add different things in the frames, and I can't wait to see what you guys DIY.
That's it! That's
Okay,
it!
hope you guys had fun creating those DIYs with us. Don't forget to check out Tiffany's DIY, linked down below, and also make sure to subscribe to both of us and give this video a thumbs up if you guys want to see more DIYs. And I hope you guys have a very happy Valentine's Day. Bye! Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, let me stretch.
Whoa, my head looks so big.
We just sit here all day touching our hair, basically. I swear.
You are making me touch my hair. I normally don't like touch my hair this much.
I touch my hair so much. It's all of my bloopers. Like, it's just me touching my hair. This is the video today for you guys. It's just how to touch your hair. So
on camera.